Happy Wednesday. If you have been following me, then you are aware that I'm a huge proponent of getting things done no matter the cost. So, having said that, today is yet again a crazy week. I feel like a broken record because it feels like every week is a crazy week, and I would love time to just do this without interruptions. But we're doing a quick one. Dad is working late. Mom is by herself hiding from the children. Fingers crossed, everyone is fine. um, but one of the things that I talk about frequently, but is not necessarily always explained very well, are vendors and different partners in our industry. So if you are not in real estate or any business that is somehow connected and understand how these things work, then I want to go ahead and explain that a little bit. And what those relationships look like, why they're important. This is just another piece of the puzzle. The biggest thing when you're buying or selling a home is, one, find a great agent. But two, it's not just your agent. You have a full team that is there to support you in most cases. Especially on the buying side, this is hugely important in investments as well. I've had some really awesome agent friends go over similar things too. So if you've seen that, awesome. Most of the time it's in relation to like one specific type of client, but it's things that are really important across the board. So when we're talking about your real estate team, obviously it's your agent. It's going to be the title company that is selected. It's going to be, in a lot of cases, a lender, home inspector, if you need to go beyond that, any contractors, or subcontractors like roofers, plumbing, electric, anything like that. So all of those people play a huge piece in the puzzle. If you're getting ready to list your home, you need to make sure that someone is going to help who knows what they're doing and is not overcharging. And then on the flip side, when you're going to buy, you want to make sure that the person who is inspecting your home is extremely thorough and doesn't leave anything out, but also doesn't talk you out of something that is awesome just because there's a little thing. Every house is going to have issues. And so when we talk about vendors and partnerships in the industry, there can be a couple of things. Personally, I'm always a little bit cautious of any time someone gives you only one recommendation. And the reason I'm cautious of that is because there are some instances where people help share the cost of business. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are laws around this to ensure that everything is fair and it's not impacting the client negatively. But for example, lenders and realtors can partner on marketing and split the cost of those things 50-50. So sometimes we'll do that. And in those cases, that's where you go to open houses and you see a specific lender there, because that lender and that agent have that partnership and they're paying for the costs associated together, hoping that you'll use both of them together. Which isn't a bad thing. A lot of great agents and lenders do this, but I do want you to understand that sometimes partnerships are partially financial. So keep that in mind. That's the reason most of the time I'll give more than one option, just to make sure that that anyone I recommend is because I'm truly recommending them. Sometimes there may just be one, and that's because it's honestly the best person for you. But you don't have to take it. The reason that these relationships are so important, though, is because they're people that I have worked with. If I haven't worked with them, then I have clients who have, or friends who have, or other agents who have, and they're very well vetted. I know that they're doing a great job. I know that they're not charging too much. And I know that they're looking out for your best interest, and that's the number one thing. So what happens when an agent recommends someone and you don't use them? It's okay. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want. However, the recommendations are there for a reason. So if it's not as smooth afterwards, it's part of it. And that's why, I have a long list on some of these things, but it's all very selective and it's for a reason. You don't want to have your loan denied the week before closing because they didn't check your paperwork on the front end. You don't want to get in your house and there be a major issue because your home inspector didn't catch it and so you didn't know to ask for it. You don't want to have someone come in and do your electrical work and then it's not working, or you go to sell and it's not up to code, but you didn't know that, and then now you're having to pay to have it redone. So there's a reason that all these relationships are there. So definitely keep that in mind as well, even if you're not in the process of buying or selling. If there is any real estate, home, property related service that or product that you need, reach out. I probably have a guy or a girl, and we can get you situated. But I think that that's one of those things that are really overlooked a lot of the times, or it's just, oh, well, it's a list in case I don't already have someone. And it is, but it's also a recommended list for a very good reason. So if you have someone fabulous that love, trust, they've done work for you before, awesome. If you don't, please take the recommendations into consideration, because we put in a lot of work to make sure that the people we're working with are going to do the best job possible for you, the same as we will. But again, it doesn't end or even begin at the buying or selling process. Years beforehand, years after, random trees. I had a friend have a tree fall, and I recommended a tree service that I know and love, and they're amazing. So if you need anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out. If I don't know a guy, I know a guy who knows a guy, but I probably know a guy. You do this long enough, you get a good list. But thank you for once again making it through my rambling. I'm going to go check on some kiddos and start winding down bedtime routine. But if there are any comments or messages I haven't gotten to, I will respond to you tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all next week.